Hello and welcome to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff. Today we're going to start building set number 21354. This is the Twilight The Cullen House. And I see Greg's comment, this is not his cup of tea. It's really not mine either, I'll be honest. The reason I bought this was that I had teenage daughters, 3 of them, when these movies came out. And, well, I've seen the movies because my daughters, and they like them. They like the movie a lot. So, in honor of my daughters, that's what I'm doing. And this set has 2001 pieces and 7 minifigures. Greg, I will send you an invite after a few minutes into the stream. And let's see. Let me switch my camera views. All right, there we go. Let's get started on this. And Greg says he's looking for the AT-AT driver helmet to be released. Yes, I am too, actually. It looks like it's going to be a fun set to be a part of. And hello, 20 Seth Maximus. I think I'm saying that right. You only seen the first movie and added a little bit more treat. Yeah, I can definitely agree with you on that. A lot of times Lego does leave out some of the more important, I don't want to say important details, but how do I say it? They cheapen it down a little bit. And that's because they're a business. And so I'm not trying to be rude, but yeah. Yeah. All right. So we have our first minifigure for this set. 7 of these. All right. Well, to kind of tell you guys how things have been going for me. I know it's been about 2, maybe 3 weeks since I've done a live stream, and I've just been putting out a couple videos, mainly about the Avengers Tower. Things have been really crazy, to be honest with you. I started a new job on the 27th, so like almost a month ago, and it's kind of like trying to drink out of a fire hydrant, how much information they're throwing at us. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. They got to do what they got to do to get us trained up. So I understand that. It's just a little painful at times. But training's going well. Made a few friends at work. And yes, they are people more my age. I tried, no offense, but I tried hanging out with some people that are a little bit younger than me. And well, I mean, it seems like a lot of them we just don't share the same values. And so it's really hard to be close to people that you share nothing in common with. So, and I'm not saying anything bad about them. They're not bad people. But I do like where I work. And it's going pretty well there. And then, so I started on the 27th and on February the 1st. So on the Friday, I think it's the Friday. I started off the day just fine. In fact, I went to a doctor's appointment, and the doctor even asked me, is there anything else we need to discuss? Because all I was doing my, the yearly visit where they renew your subscriptions for the year. That's all I was doing. And so it wasn't like a visit like, oh, I'm sick or I'm having this problem. No, it was just, normal visit. Well, that appointment was at 11:30 in the afternoon. My work starts at 4. I went to work at 4, and I had a little bit of a scratchy throat. No, not too bad, right? Well, by about 8 o'clock, I was so sick. I mean, I had a fever. I had the chills. Nothing I did would warm me up. I mean, I even moved away from the door so that I was away from the draft. I mean, and I by the time the night was over, I literally went in the parking lot and I slept for 2 hours before I could even move. And then I drove about 20 miles, stopped on the side of the road, fell asleep for a couple hours, and then went 10 miles, fell asleep for a couple more hours. I got home at like 5 in the morning. And I end up with the flu. That's what it was. So that was tough. I still have a little bit of a cough left from it. So, and my voice is still a little scratchy from it, even though it was 2 weeks ago. This flu really kicked my behind. And Jelly Brick says, hi, how you doing? Congratulations on the new job. Thank you. I like the new job. Was it the bird flu? I don't know. Whatever it was nasty and it was hard to deal with. And but you know, it's part of life. I'm not complaining. You know, I mean, we all get sick and you know, we get better, and it's just life. It's just one of the cycles of life we got to throw around and overcome. And I'm glad I'm still alive. I'm glad I'm on this side of the dirt. Let's see, how else have things been going? Oh yeah, the Lego Bricklink designer program. Let me see what I think we're on number 6 if I remember right. Shoot. Oh, they took it off the front of their page. Okay, well, let me go to lego.com. I want to show you guys. I just want to show you guys what I've ordered so you know what's coming down the pike. I mean, it's going to be a while. I mean, it's not like these sets come out right away. I mean, the Bricklink Designer program, they take 6 to 9 months, sometimes even a year before you get them. But I want to show you guys what I've ordered so that way, like I said, you'll know what's coming down the pike. Let's go to share screen here. Oh, let me move my address down because although I don't care if people know where I live, I'd rather not share that information. Well, geez, what the heck is going on? Oh, there we go. Okay. Let's make that full screen. Okay. So I ordered the merchant boat. I got the Wild West train, the Siege encampment, Riverside Scholars, and the Medieval Seaside Market. Now that's all of them that came for that. So I got all that. And also, this is not a Bricklink order. I'm trying to avoid showing my address here, but it looks like, there you go. Okay. So on this one here, I ordered 3 of the Medieval Dragon so I could do the 3-in-1 videos that you guys like. I know you guys, I mean, every time I do one of these 3-in-1s and I do all 3 versions side by side, you guys love it. I get a lot of views from that. So, and I get a lot of compliments and comments. So I ordered 3. I'll be doing that soon. And here was the Valentine's Day box. A little field flowers. These are the gift with purchases here. And then I got the airplane versus hospital, race car pack, the pizza versus fire truck, and the modular galactic spaceship. Now I have the large one. These are add-ons to that. And those have shipped already. So I have them. The Trevi fountain, I had the original version that Lego did that was much smaller. And then the Lilo and Stitch beach house. And these are on back order. Well, it was a pre-order. So they're coming shortly. And let's see. This one says in progress too. And I can't remember why. So let me click on that and show you guys. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid showing my address. Okay. So the Endurance came in. What I'm waiting on is all these Formula One racers right here. And none of them have come in yet. But I've got 6 of them on order. I do have the original Formula One sets from Lego. So I'm trying to, again, supplement that and keep that collection going. And then there was one more I wanted to show you because the other Bricklink designer program has not. Here it is. Let's manage that order. Let's move this down. Okay, so this was the other version, and I ordered 2 of each. I did that on purpose because a lot of times I like to add on to these We've got the Art of Chocolate, and that one I want to convert into a modular. I got the Harbor Master's Office, which I think would be really cool on the docks in the city. The Forest Stronghold. I love the Forestman stuff. We've got the Lost City and the Camping Adventure. So those are the things that I've ordered that are on their way at some point. So let's see. All right, let me get to the comments, and I apologize. February 14th, last Friday, was my breaking point at school because I had to deal with students getting on my nerves. Got so fed up, I yelled at the students. Jelly, I am sorry to hear that. What happened to my camera? Why is it? Huh. Okay. Okay, so when I click to my camera, for some reason, it's not accepting it. Oh, boy. Okay, well, we're going to have to switch cameras then, and we're just going to have to use the... Okay, let me put this down. Okay, that's the best I can do, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Oh, now that's not showing. What the heck is going on? Oh, there we go. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. I'll blame it on me. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's see. I don't know why it was doing that. That's kind of dumb, but okay, it's working. No, I don't think it was the bird flu, Greg. I think it was just, I think you're trying to be funny. I think you're joking around with me. And sometimes I don't catch jokes, even though I should. But yeah, it was just a really bad sickness, Greg, and it really knocked me on my butt. And I'm pretty sure I got it from one of my coworkers because there was quite a few people that were sick. But because we're all brand new and no one has any sick time to take, so people were just showing up sick, passing that thing around. So, but yeah, I'm on the tail end of it. I know that. So hopefully I'll be okay. I've been sleeping a lot, though. I've been sleeping like 10 hours a day most of the time because of the sickness. And I got to say, I haven't gotten this much sleep forever. And I feel so good when it comes to that. So if that's one of the end results is that I have better sleeping habits out of this, I'll take it. Plus, I must tell you guys, I have not updated my chart in a long time for weight loss, but I'm still on the weight loss goals. And I am at 247 pounds. And I started off at 259. So I've lost 12 pounds. So I am, and that's since Christmas. So I'm trying. I'm still working on that. And one student told me shut the F up and called me oh, well, dang. That's pretty crazy, man. But you know what? I'm not, Jelly, I am concerned and I do care. Not trying to make light of it at all, but I do remember those days when I was in school. And that's actually why I graduated from high school a year early, was because I did not want to deal with the kids my age, because so many of them were only interested in stupid things like the next girl they were going to screw or whatever. And it's not that I don't like girls. Of course I like girls, but I just didn't think that was a high priority in my life at that time. So and people cared more about football games than they did being nice to each other and that kind of stupid stuff, and that next pep rally or whatever. And I just didn't care for it. So I ended up going to my counselor, and they looked and said, oh, well, you got enough credits just to graduate as a junior instead of a senior. And I said, awesome, I'll take it. And so I graduated when I was 16 years old, out of all things. And let's see, the flu has been going around big in my area. Hopefully you're feeling better. I am. I just got that cough. How's the big guy doing? Well, the big guy's doing good. And I think you're talking about Enzo. He's doing really good. He's right here on the floor. He's a little mad at me right now because I picked up Gertie. And Gertie is that great Pyrenees that hangs around here once in a while. And Gertie is very assertive compared to Enzo, but of course she hasn't been through the same traumatizing experiences that Enzo has. So anyway, Enzo doesn't like it because she kind of gets her way because she's assertive and he does not. So anyway, and Jelly says the school system doesn't care about students. The school system only cares about money and grades. Well, I would argue they don't even care about grades. But I don't want to get too political on here. Yeah. Again, Jelly, that's why I graduated early. I was done with that nonsense all the way around. And so I just did what I could and got out of there and did the best I could while I was there. And yeah. Excuse me. That cough is still kind of, like I said, lingering, and not much I could do about it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I made a couple good friends at work. There's an older guy. His first name is Josh, and really good guy. He actually has a YouTube channel just like I do. It was really cool to meet up with him, talk to him. And that's what I'm talking about. Like someone has similar interests. And then on the other side of me in training, now we don't have assigned seating. We just get to sit where we want. But there's this gal, her first name's Sherry, and she works there. She's a little bit older than me, I think she's about 10 years older than me. I don't really know. It's not polite to ask a woman her age. But again, just similar values, and they're not there to goof off. They're there to learn, and so they can do a good job. And I enjoy sitting next to them because we've compared notes and we've studied a little bit together. And what I'm doing is really important work. I'm going to be actually physically looking at people's tax returns and letting them know if there's mistakes on it. And so there's a lot to learn, and I take it very serious. And so do the people at least the older people I work with take it seriously. And so we're doing our best to help each other remember all the little nuances there are and all the little different things that have to be on each form and stuff like that. So anyway, it's been a good environment, and I think I got a good team around me. So looking forward to that. Seth says about a year ago, my Lego Sanctum Sanctorium fell and broke. I never rebuilt it, and I have all 2,000 pieces in one pile. What's the best way to sort and rebuild? So honestly, that happened to me too. Actually, more than once. I was so upset. There's the Venetian houses, and that's a Lego Ideas or Bricklink designer program one. And I was at a show, and I grabbed it off the table, and I was picking it up to put it in a tote, and I had butterfingers, and it slipped right out of my hands and all over the floor. I picked up all the pieces that I could, and unfortunately, I couldn't grab them all because it was such a big building, and it was an old building, and some of the pieces literally fell in the cracks of the floor. There's no way, like some of the really small pieces. I just grabbed everything I could. I ended up fully taking it apart completely because when you reach that point where everything's already in shambles anyway, it's so difficult to do anything reasonable with it besides just fully disassembling the rest of the set. And then from there, you just do what you can. I oftentimes will line up the pieces because I've got, this table isn't the only table I've got. I've got like 7 of these tables. So I'll lay out the pieces in order of the instructions before I build it. I don't normally do that with my builds, but when I do something like that where I just totally screw something up and I drop it, a lot of times I will just lay it out completely and start all over. And that way, if I'm missing any pieces, I'll know it right away. And then depending on what piece it is, I may have to order it. A lot of times I don't have to. I could just go out to my shop and grab something that says, hey, I've got 200 of these, so I only need one. I'm good. So that's the way that I found. But, I'll bet you if you ask 10 different people, you're going to get 12 different opinions on that. So whatever way in the end suits you the best. Okay, so we're done with the pickup. I do like the pickup. I like the old style of it. I like the bed. It's really cool looking. Anyway, I'm going to set this aside so we can get started on the building here. Seriously, like February 15th was our breaking point when I got fed up how I'm treated at school. I got 2 people because I'm fed up with them. It's okay. I already blocked them, the students. Okay. But today was good because I got a space whale in Adopt Me. I don't know what that means. Is that like a game or something? Hey, John, how's it going? Oh yeah, I've already been through this sickness. So, and that's part of the reason. Well, that is the reason that I didn't do the live streams like I said I was going to, because I had every intention of doing at least one live stream on the weekends. But when you're sick, you're sick. Oh, guys, I got some really good news, and I've totally spaced this. Yesterday I couldn't do my live stream because I was down in Ogden because you remember that trailer I bought? I told you guys. The paint just started coming off it, and I know I've talked about that before. And I was really upset with the place that I bought it from, because when you're on the lot and you're walking around with the salesman, he'll tell you everything, we've got a bumper to bumper warranty for a year and all this, he's talking all this good stuff. And then you buy the trailer and the paint starts coming off, and you let them know, and they just say, paint's not covered by warranty. And I go check my paperwork, and my paperwork clearly says bumper to bumper for the first year. Well, there's paint on that bumper, isn't it? And there's paint in between the bumper, ain't there? So what does that mean? That means it should be covered. Well, they try to weasel their way out of it. And I really hate to tell you guys this, but because it's not my go-to. I think anybody who's watched this, my streams, know that I'm not very confrontational. I can be when I have to be. But I don't like it. I mean, I think we're all grown-ass adults, and we don't need to be, doing extraordinary measures to get things done. But sometimes, yes, you have to. And in this case, they did not want to honor their warranty. And I was upset about it because I called them, and they told me to fill out the warranty claim online. I did. They immediately denied it. And then I sent them a certified letter, and they called me and said, well, sorry, it's not covered by the warranty. And I was like, look, your warranty says bumper to bumper, guys. Oh, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Well, I was talking to my father-in-law, and my father-in-law and I have always had a great relationship. Well, my father-in-law, he might be a police officer, but he's never given up his attorney's license. So he's still a licensed attorney. And I was telling him about my frustration with the trailer. And my father-in-law says, look, man, you want me just to send him a letter? And I was like, you know what? I would love it if you just send them a letter. So my father-in-law sends him a letter. And he sent it as an attorney, because he is an attorney. It was so funny. Two days after he sent the letter, so it was the day they got the letter, this place calls me up and says, hey, when do you want to bring it in? And I'll tell you what, guys, they literally sanded the whole thing down, and they repainted the entire, well, I can't say the entire trailer because some of it's vinyl, but everything that was metal that was exposed was wire brushed down to the bare metal, and it was redone. And I picked it up yesterday. I was out yesterday picking up the trailer, which is why I didn't do the live stream yesterday. Excuse me. Which I might have to get something to drink here. I'm hoping to be able to do a live stream tomorrow. so that we can continue this build tomorrow. Just letting you guys know. That's kind of my plan. But yeah, like I said, if you know me, you know that I don't like involving attorneys or anything on stuff. I figure a phone call should indeed be enough. And we are short a piece, dang it. And then let me make sure I didn't just leave it in the bag here. Oh, no, it's right here. It's covered. That always happens, doesn't it? Okay. So yeah, a little bit of drama with the trailer company, but that drama is now taken care of. And honestly, the trailer looks as good as new. So, Jelly says, today I was at a restaurant with my dad and my mom and my grandmother and my dad's dad, and one of my dad's friends keep making jokes about me paying for the meal. I'm a teen. I don't got a job. Hey, they're probably giving you a hard time. Doesn't make it any fun for you, but my dad used to. Well, my dad still gives me a hard time. In fact, the last train show I went to with him, which was last month, my dad was joking around with one of his friends, and they were kind of teasing me. So I fired back and said something. And my dad said, look at this. Look what I got to put up with this smart ass talking about me to his friend. And I says, I don't know what you're complaining about. You're the one that raised this smart ass. I learned it from you. And his friend was laughing. My dad's like, see what I got to put up with? He's just joking around. But yeah, I think that's kind of just a generational thing. I think that older people like to give younger people a hard time once in a while. And some people more like to give younger people a hard time more than others. I think it's pretty normal. But hopefully they did pay for the meal and you didn't have to. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's how it worked out without you telling me. And I like giving my kids a hard way to go. In fact, I just talked to, like I told you guys this before, what I really like about my life is that I've got 4 children, and that I'm close to my children, and that I'm able to talk to them. And, you know, the fact that my children get a hold of me almost every day, I hear from one of my kids. I love that. I love having that close relationship with them. And today was no exception. I heard from Jessica, my oldest, and I heard from my son Spencer today. So I heard from 2 of them. I've got one in officer candidate school in the Marines, so I don't get to hear from her. I did get a text message from her last weekend because they did let her have her phone for a couple hours. And she sent me a quick message just telling me she loved me. So I was able to hear from her. And she doesn't know this, and she's not going to know this because she can't watch my live streams right now. But the good news is, guys, I didn't think I was going to be able to go to her graduation, mainly because the distance, and I just started the job, so I don't have any leave and all that good stuff. But I was talking to my lead at work, and I told him what was up, and he goes, look, man, you have a really cool manager. And I've never met her before this, so I didn't know this. He goes, you got a really cool manager. Just talk to her. Just let her know. And so I talked to my manager, and I said, hey, look, I'd really like to go to my daughter's graduation, and the only problem is I don't have leave and all that. And she says, look, just fill out the form. So I filled out the form, and she approved my leave now. It's going to be without pay because I don't have leave. But it's okay. It's only 2 days. And then I went on Priceline, and I looked at tickets, and I was able to get a ticket from here to D.C. because my daughter's in Quantico. And I was able to get a ticket for only $381 round trip. And then if you guys don't know this trick, I'll tell you this trick. A lot of times these websites will say, hey, do you need a hotel? Do you need a car? I always say no, even though I do. Because if you do and you wait a few hours, maybe even a day, they usually send you a thing saying, oh, hey, book your hotel now, and it's this much off. That's what they did. I don't need a hotel because I'm sharing it with my father-in-law. But I did need a rental car. And it only took them about 20 minutes. They sent me a thing saying, do your rental car now, reserve your rental car now. We'll give you 40% off. So I got a rental car for 3 days for only $80. And it's a mid-sized car. It's not a small, it's mid. So I think I did pretty good on that. And I'm going to be able to go to her graduation, which makes me happy because I really want to be there for that moment. I mean, she's only going to graduate from officer training school once, right? Okay, so we have yet another minifigure here, ready to go. And we're on bag 3, by the way. And I need to catch up on comments. John says, I've been getting extra sleep too. We weigh about the same. I'm not on schedule. If it happens, it happens. About 5 pounds of bacon today. Bacon is an absolute weakness with me. If I could afford bacon with every breakfast, I just would. My favorite is the Costco, what do you call that? Turkey bacon. Although I do like real bacon as well. It just all depends. But I like the Costco turkey bacon. It's pretty good. What kind of bacon do you get, John? Do you get maple, just regular turkey bacon? Like, what's your thing, John? And while I'm waiting for that answer, let's see. Great job on the weight loss journey, says Seth. I was 338 in February of last year, and now I'm down to 1. Ooh, down to that. That is awesome. How did you do it, by the way? Were you counting calories? Was it more activity, a combination? Like, I'm just curious because with me, I've been hitting it at different directions. More sleep. I don't really count my calories, but I have cut down my portion sizes so that I'm not like extremely hungry. And I've also done more physical activity. I've been kind of hitting it at many different angles. So I'm just curious, and if you don't mind sharing, I'd love to hear it. Maybe there's something that I can learn from you. I mean, because that is extraordinary. Congratulations on that achievement. And I do understand the feeling that you want to lose more. Like I said, I have only lost 12 pounds, but the thing is with me, I want to be down to about 175, 180 when I'm all said and done. So that's my long-term goal. Nowhere near it, as you know, but we'll get there. And since I turned 50 this year, I'm really hoping to get that done as a kind of a birthday present to myself. Let's see. I am okay. I don't know. I do not care what other student thinks of me because he's forgetting that I can just report him to the dean or principal, which I should do because I'm fed up with students considering me a jerk for no reason. You know something? I know this is hard in the environment you're in right now, Jelly, but my advice to you is don't change who you are. The world needs all kinds of different kinds of people. And believe it or not, being a jerk, and I'm not saying you are, but just quoting there. Later in life, I used to always be considered a jerk as well. I have held a lot of leadership positions at work and done very well as a manager. And that's because sometimes, well, not sometimes, a lot of times when you lead, you just got to get the job done. So it don't really matter. And people are going to consider you a jerk if you're getting stuff done. So my advice is don't change. So what? People think you're a jerk. I mean, in the end, I think it'll serve you well. All right, we actually got a little bit of a wall going there. And I think that's exciting because that means we're getting somewhere on this build. Let's see. Looks like I'm missing some pieces here. So let's add them. Oh yeah, I am. I'm not really paying attention, am I? I'm behind on the excuse me, behind on the chat. Yeah, I'm still feeling it. But I didn't miss a day of work, guys. I trudged through it and got through it. So let's see. Air fried chicken thighs and cut bacon dinner for tonight for dinner. I am in ketosis. Yes, I've heard of this. Gertie sounds spoiled rotten. Actually, she's not. I feel bad for Gertie. And I really shouldn't say anything more than that because I ain't trying to hurt any feelings out there. But I really care about Gertie. And she doesn't get the attention she deserves. A lot of times she's just left outside. And I think I'm saying too much already. I don't agree with how she's being treated. So every chance I get, I bring her home. And yeah, that's all I can say about that because some of the stuff's kind of sensitive to some people. And Gertie's outside barking her head off right now. I don't know if you guys can hear her or not. I can. But it doesn't bother me. She's a dog. She's going to do what dogs do, and dogs like to bark. I will get to some more comments here in a second. I'm liking this build so far, guys. I know I haven't really got very far on it, but I still like it. Like I said, the main appeal to me is just the fact that my teenage daughters watch these movies, all of them. I don't remember how many there are. Probably 3, because a lot of trilogies, but I don't remember, honestly. And my daughters all like this show. And as promised, I did tell Greg that I would eventually send him an invite. So let me just pause for 1 second, and I will send Greg that invite. Let's see. All right. Let's see what. Okay. There's Greg's message. Sorry, Greg. Oh boy, my phone does not want to cooperate. It's always that way, isn't it? Okay. I think my phone is trying to send me subliminal messages because, okay, if you guys don't know, when you get a StreamYard link, it says www.streamyard.com/ and then it has this code. Well, in the code is J6, January the 6th. I'm only joking around. All right, Greg, I sent you the invite. And let's see. I'm ready for baseball season 2 start. Fall is when my new puppy will be coming, God willing. Awesome. John said he started the space station, International Space Station. Awesome. Is it the same one that I built on this channel a while back, or is it a different version of it? Just curious, John. And it covered. My mouse is right over Jelly's comment, so I have to move it. And I've been listening to Volbeat and one song by Outlaw Gentlemen and Shady Ladies. It's called Room 24. It's a song which I think is about a haunted room for a hotel or something. All right, we got Greg back here. Greg, how you doing?
Oh, nothing much.
All right, let's see what we can do here. All right. I think I know the story behind Room 24. If it's the same story that I'm thinking of, it's a story of a guy that was killed in room 24, and it's true crime. And oh, come on, I'm forgetting so many of the details. They did eventually figure out his identity, but for the longest time they didn't know. Go ahead.
I'm craving some Texas Roadhouse right now.
What's your favorite dish there?
It don't matter to me.
Okay, so you're just a fan of Texas Roadhouse.
The rolls are calling me.
Okay. Well, I've been there a few times, and I agree it's a good spot. I think the last time, if I remember right, the last time I was there was with Mrs. Chip in Texas, and I got their porterhouse, and boy, it was kind of pricey. I think it was like $35, but dang, was it good.
How's she doing?
Well, I don't know. I don't really know how she's doing. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really talking to her that much these days. So, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. So let's see. We've got a few more pieces here. And on Friday, one of my classmates yelled out, "Ski bitty toilet." What's the best way to sort pieces using bins or bags? I'm going to say that depends on your budget and the amount of time you have. If you're just starting out and you really don't have a lot of money you can spend on it, I'd recommend the bags. If it gets to the point where your collection is becoming unmanageable with the bags, I like the little storage plastic things with little drawers. That's what I prefer. But that's really pricey. So just want to say that up front, that it's really pricey. But I do find that to be the easiest organization to go. And Miss McBallin, how you doing, Mr. McBallin? Howdy, Sir Chip. Popped in to see how you're doing. Glad to hear about your team and fellowship. Yeah, actually, the team's going really well. I really like working there. I am not trying to be political, but I am a little afraid because it looks like the IRS is probably one of the most hated places in the world, and I keep hearing news reports about layoffs, and I just started there, and I saw a news report yesterday. They were saying that they're planning on laying off thousands of IRS employees this coming week, and they say they're focusing on those who just started. Well, I just started, so I don't know. I try not to get too caught up in that because, well, let's just get real. The media likes to sell fear, and I don't know how true it is. I haven't heard anything from the people that I work with, the people that matter, the ones that would be telling me to take a hike are not telling me to take a hike. So I'm trying to kind of put it on the back burner and not think about it too much. Because, honestly, there's nothing I can do. I mean, if they're actually going to do it, there's nothing I can do at this point. Decisions that have already been made. And if my name's on the chopping block, I'm going to get on the chopping block. And if it's not, it's not. But I just don't think there's not anything I can really do about it either way. So to not worry about it is probably the best thing I can do. And I'll be honest with you, I would be sad if I don't have a job there, because so far I've really enjoyed working there.
You met some.
What's that?
You got some new friends there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, good people, good managers. Oh, and I want to tell you something else. I'm not sure how much I can tell you about my job. I know I obviously can't tell you, I looked at this person's tax return today. I know I can't do that. But I'm going to tell you guys, there's a lot of hate out there that I'm seeing for the IRS. And I don't understand where it's coming from because, maybe someone's had a bad experience with them. But like I said, I'm going through their training program. And I could tell you something, man. Majority of IRS, in fact, everyone I've met at the IRS so far, they just want to do their job and they want to do it well. And we're not allowed to look at people's returns that we know. In fact, if the computer accidentally brings one up that we do know, we have to shut it down immediately. And then we have to fill out a form telling our boss that, hey, I accidentally, because the computer brought it up, looked at my nephew or my neighbor or my dad's return. And as long as you don't make edits to it and as long as you shut it down, you won't be in trouble, but you still have to report it. And so there is no, I mean, I hear about all these stories and I'm like, I don't want to call people liars, but I don't really think a lot of that's happening.
The IRS is like the federal version of the California DMV.
Yeah. Well, excuse me. I probably should hit the mute button instead of coughing at you. Jelly bricks. I gotta see if I can catch up on comments here. That's why I really don't buy those big, large Lego sets because I like the sets that could fit in my drawers. So I can. Tell me about it. My cats. That's why I'm glad I don't have any indoor cats anymore. Because they do mess with them. In fact, I mean, I really do like Max. And by the way, McBallin is Spencer, my son, and he has Max. I really enjoyed having Max here. However, I will say I wasn't able to leave this table with any pieces on it in between streams, which made it hard because Max would always get up here and knock some of them off, and then I have to find them, and sometimes I can't. So not having Max here to do something like that has been nice. I do miss Max. Spencer sent me a picture of him today and made me miss him quite a bit because I'll tell you what, if you lay down, Max will be there right next to you.
Mm-hmm.
He's a real big cuddle bug, so
He's like a big chubby teddy bear.
he really is.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's nice. It's nice to have an animal who wants to love you unconditionally, and it's just nice. So I miss him. So anyway, let's see. We're building a grand piano, which I think looks pretty cool. Let's see. I doubt Lego would make sets for the book series Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark due to stories being really dark and graphic. Yeah, but you know, AliExpress can be your friend. AliExpress, it's a Chinese company, but they make Lego characters or minifigures. They're not real official Lego, but they make minifigures that Lego never will. Mm-hmm. I did not do this, but my friend did, and I'm not going to say which one because sometimes he does watch my streams. But I do have a friend who wanted to make a, let's just say, a gentleman's club out of Lego. He made a corner modular, and he went on AliExpress and ordered strippers, and they actually made minifigures that are strippers. So if you want characters that are not part of a regular Lego theme that they would never carry AliExpress. And I have another friend who likes World War II. And yes, there is Brickmania and other places that carry this kind of stuff. But AliExpress also carries World War II, where you can buy like a pack of Japanese soldiers, German, American, British, Canadian. So if you want something that Lego will never build, I checked there, and they're not that bad on price either. Okay, so we have a grand piano right here. I think this looks great. I love how the top opens up. They don't have any piano strings in here, though, but that's all right. My mom and dad used to have a piano. In fact, if you guys don't, well, I'm always telling stories, but true story, my mother is deaf, and she's been deaf ever since she was 6 months old due to a high fever. However, being completely deaf, my mom could play the piano like it's nobody's business. My mom can, yeah, she can actually play it without fault.
Can she play Great Balls of Fire like Goose can?
She can play a lot of different things actually. Mm-hmm. She's really good. And I've always been amazed at my mom's talent on the piano because the only way she knows if she made a mistake is she literally has to feel the vibrations in her hands, and she knows when she's made a mistake. So I think it's totally freaking awesome that my mom's deaf and she plays the piano very well. All right, so that's bags 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Are we on 5? We are on 5. Okay. Let's see if we can get a couple more comments in here. I tried to rebuild it the other day, but it took an hour to get through 10 pages. Hopefully by the end of the year. Oh yeah, Seth, you're in for the long haul. I need to do that. Okay, so you guys know about the giant Star Destroyers, the Ultimate Collector series. I think it's set number 10030, if I remember right. That one, oh my goodness, my fault. I dropped both that one and the new Ultimate Collector series one, and it's in a giant tote, and both sets are in the tote. I still need to do that. I have no idea if or even when I'm going to get to that, but that is definitely on the list of things that need to get done and accomplished. Excuse me.
Is the Venator still in one piece?
No. The Venator, I took it apart because I thought I was moving. So it is in a tote somewhere, and I don't even know which tote. I don't even know how many bags it is. My whole collection's in shambles right now. Oh, you guys know about bricks and minifigures?
Yeah.
I hung out there yesterday with my friend Jim, and we went ahead and, well, I went ahead and bought their $90 bag, and I was sorting through that today, and I have to say, quite impressed. I got quite a bit of tiles and windows and plates and Technic, and just kind of loaded up on everything. And their $90 bags are actually pretty big. Now I'll show you what I got left of it. So let me switch cameras here. All right. So you get this bag full, and it costs $90. And I had it full to the point where I had trouble sealing the top of it. Now, I've sorted through all this today, except for what's on the very bottom here. But one of the pieces I'm very proud of that I got was an old 1980s castle panel. And,
You don't see that every day.
No, when I saw that, I know how much these sell for on Bricklink. So I went ahead and grabbed that and made that part of my collection. That's their fault for leaving it in there. I'm sure if they would have known about it, they would have pulled it out, but they did not.
How much did it go for?
One panel?
Yeah.
Let's take a look on Bricklink. Let's see. Bricklink. Parts. Let's go down to panels. Oh, there we go. 4444 is the part number. That's an interesting number. Okay, let's go with light gray because that's what it was. Well, if you have a new one, it's $12, but if used ones, they go for $1.59.
$59?
Huh?
$59?
No, $1.59.
$1.59?
Yeah, which is still pretty expensive for one piece, though.
Do you have any angled ones?
I do in my personal collection. I've got both the ones that are just plain gray and black, and then I've got the ones that have the kind of the brick print. It looks like bricks printed on the side of it.
Yeah.
Got them both. Oh boy, I didn't mean to do that, and that kind of hurt. Just got my fingers there. Let's see. Jelly Bricks says, Room 24 is about an experience of waking up paralyzed. And okay, well then maybe it's not the same story that I was thinking of. John says, you gold me, it had to be painted. Don't understand that. Jelly says the best way to get rid of a ghost is to play KSI Thick of It. I'll tell you, one of my favorite songs, and it has nothing to do with ghosts, but for some reason, it reminded me of this. So I'm just going to tell you. I love the song The Sound of Silence. And my favorite version of The Sound of Silence is by the group Disturbed. I'm not trying to knock Simon and Garfunkel because they are a really good group. However, I will say I don't like the original in this case. The original is too upbeat. And if you listen to the words to the song The Sound of Silence, it's actually a tragedy because it's talking about people who are so lost in their own world they don't pay attention to each other. And Simon and Garfunkel's version, like I said, is too upbeat for that. So I like Disturbed because, well, they darken it up quite a bit and make it sound pretty cool. So anyway, just my personal opinion. Jelly Bricks. Now they're being funny, and it wasn't my dad's dad. It was my dad's friend. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, my dad's friends, especially his Navy buddies, used to always mess with me. In fact, all right, this is going to be semi adult here. When I was 16, I was trying to get in the military. It's before I knew the military was going to reject me because of my heart problem. But I was out with my friend, or my dad's friend, and my dad, and we were on a camping trip. And my dad's friend, his name was Mac Tracy. And Mac Tracy was probably one of the manliest men you're ever going to meet. Pretty buff guy, real macho type. And anyway, when I told him I was going to join the Marine, or no, not join the Marines, I told him I was going to join the military. He says, well, I hope you're not going to be a pussy and join the Marines, is what he told me. And I said, what do you mean? And he says, let me put it this way to you. He says, I would rather have a daughter as a whore than a son in the Marines. And of course, he was Navy, so he's going to say stuff like that because the Navy and the Marines, I don't have anything wrong. I don't think anything wrong with the Marines. I'm just repeating what he said. And it was just basically because the rivalry that the Marines and the Navy have with each other is why that was said. But yeah, that was kind of weird to have him say that to me. But anyway, so yes, there's a lot of teasing going on there with older people there.
Did they have?
Go ahead.
Did they have cursing competitions with each other?
I don't know because my dad and him were both in the Navy. So, but yeah, I think he didn't think too highly of the Marines. So, but honestly, if you look at our history, the Marines has been an awesome fighting force, and they have answered the call each time our country needed them. So I don't have anything bad to say about it.
And that's our oldest military branch too.
Yeah. So let's see. I'm currently saving, this is Seth. I'm currently saving for the Avengers Tower. What modifications would you make to the set without changing it dramatically? Oh, that's a really good question. I kind of need to see it again because my phone, but I can't answer it right now. Let's see. What was I saying? Oh, the Avengers Tower. I'm sorry. I do get lost in my own thoughts. I'd have to look at it again because I really don't remember what the original looks like anymore. I've been working on this modified version of it for so long. That's all I see in my head. So let me get back to you on that. I actually did find the bag for the Avengers Tower, the original. And I was thinking about building it the other day because I have been slowly rebuilding my collection. Now, when I say slowly, that's probably an understatement of the year. Here's another figure, number 3 out of 7. Let's keep this going. We're gonna finish up this bag and then we're gonna call it a night. I will probably do another stream tomorrow.
How many bags are there?
I think 22. That's a really good question, Greg. I didn't really pay attention. I kind of just stacked them up over there after I opened this up. So, let's see. Ouch! I just got shocked. The horror game Poppy Playtime is getting darker by the chapter. Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that. We're visiting West Point. John, as far as flights go, here's my tips and tricks on that. I go to what's called cheapflights.com. You can Google it, or just put cheapflights.com in there. And you get to compare different websites. I often use Priceline. Priceline does not do what they used to do in the beginning where you get to name your own price. They don't do that anymore. But Priceline does have a feature where on some flights it'll say, are you flexible? And if you say yes, and you really can be flexible, they'll search. Because when I originally looked at getting a plane ticket to go to Ronald Reagan Airport, yes, the same one the helicopter crash just happened at, I've flown out of DCA many times, and it's actually a nice airport. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. If you say you're flexible, then they'll tell you which airlines they're thinking about. And I do not fly Frontier. Frontier does normally have the best price, but Frontier also has the shittiest service you'll ever get out of an airline. And I really mean that. I do not like Frontier. They've lost my bags once. I'm not going to get into that. Their seats will hurt your back too, John, by the way. So Frontier's out. Spirit's out. I don't do Spirit. And I don't do JetBlue. Sorry. I tend to stick to United, American, or Delta. Delta or United, American, I'm sorry, has not changed their policy. And you can still check in one bag for free, which will save you money right there, $50 with a lot of airlines. So I go to Priceline. I tell them I'm flexible and make sure the airlines that they're going to choose are not one of these cheap, stupid ones. And when I did it this last time, they were saying that it was going to cost me like $700. I let them do it, and I ended up getting my flight for much cheaper. In fact, it was $381 was the flight. So I did not get to choose the time, though, because I used that feature. I end up having, but it's not bad. It's only an hour and a half layover in Orlando because I'm flying from Salt Lake to Orlando to DCA. But anyway, that's what I do is cheapflights.com. And like I said, if you're looking for a rental car, do not pick it right away on Priceline because cheap flights will take you to Priceline. And just say, no, I'm not interested, and then let them get a hold of you later in an email saying, oh, it looks like you forgot something, and then get it. And it's not a big deal. If they don't send you it, just go back in a day or two later and book your hotel or your rental car, either one. And I am behind on the comments. Tell your daughter congrats from everyone. Oh, I will, and she'll appreciate it. My daughter, I'm gonna tell you, my daughter Natalie is she's a go-getter. She's always been a go-getter, and she makes me proud as a dad. And I've had a few people, well, I can't believe you want your daughter in the Marines. Look, my daughter's she's of age. She can make her own choices. She does make her own choices. And I'm proud of her. You know, hey, not too many people can say that they have been through Marine boot camp, made it, and they're an officer too. And the fact that my daughter has a pilot's contract, she's not going in as a grunt. And there's nothing wrong with being a grunt. The military needs grunts as well. But the fact that she went in as an officer and as a pilot makes me really proud of her. So, all right. We're sitting right at it. Hell, I'll agree. From here to North Carolina, or from here to Albany, is he?
What's for lunch for dinner tonight?
Well, I just had dinner. I had cheesy chicken and rice, homemade. I'm. If you guys didn't know, I forgot to mention this earlier. One of my strategies for losing weight is to eat as close to scratch as I can get. And the cheesy rice and chicken dinner is about as close to scratch as you can get because the rice is scratch, so is the chicken. I do add a few spices, not much. And then, of course, the cheese is processed. But anyway, that's the only thing that's processed in that meal. And it comes out pretty good. So just trying to catch up on comments here. Jelly Brick says, because if I have to spend 18 years of my life dealing with annoying students and teachers who gossip and make assumptions about students and a horrible school system, then it would be a nightmare. Yes, it would be. But again, you'll get through this, Jelly. And when you do, on the other side, when you graduate, you're going to feel so much better. Let me just tell you. I did. I remember the first day after I graduated, I kind of felt guilty. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not getting up and going to, oh, I don't have to. Never mind. Greg, how was that for you, your first day after graduating high school?
Felt weird for a while.
Yeah, but it felt nice though, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole different experience. You'll get there, man. And Seth said, for the weight loss, I worked outside of a summer a lot, cut out pop for the most part, and drank mainly water and cut portion size. Yeah. You know what? Thank you. That makes me feel better. When I go to work, I bring 4 water bottles and I drink them, one every 2 hours. And it's just water. I do not, I don't do soda anymore either. And I don't do energy drinks. That's good advice. And Seth says, I'm 19, by the way, so everyone calls on me to do the heavy. Yeah, my son Spencer can relate. He's 20. And you're a jerk because you're considered a jerk because you want to be left alone, not a social. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be, man. I mean, I get that. And you probably don't know it, but I enjoy my solitude. Even though I'm on YouTube and I talk a lot, I also like just being out in my shop doing my own thing. So nothing wrong with that. And yeah, let's see. John says this is a Lego ideas on. Yes, it is. This is the Lego ideas set. Oh my gosh! And the crazy cards the judge picked. Why is my dad eating my blank? And someone picked a card saying my underwear. Oh, Dad, why is Grandma eating my blank? Oh, okay. Well, that's risky territory there. That mic sounds cool, to be honest. Imagine having a club in a Lego city. You know something, Mock. Okay, you know, I actually okay. Before I do my buildings, I don't like the computer programs. I like to sketch on paper because I like to draw. I like to sketch my buildings. Well, I sketched it and I showed it to my friend, and he's like, "You don't mind if I build it, do you?" And because I go to shows and other stuff, I didn't ever want to do. I didn't actually want to do it, so I didn't. So I didn't care that my friend took my idea. I was totally cool with it. And on the corner, instead of being a real sign, there's a giant red high heel shoe. Anyway, it was my idea, and yes, my imagination runs wild, and it's very dirty at times. That's all I got. 4 kids. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Your mom sounds like Beethoven. She is. What do you think the rarest Lego figure? I'm going to say it's Mr. Gold. Yes, Mr. Gold is a really good one. The I Love New York Yoda is not as rare as Mr. Gold, but he is rare. And also, there is a Darth Vader that is red completely, and he is super expensive. In fact, his helmet alone at one time on Bricklink was $500, by the way.
Wow.
I don't know if it's still for sale. I have not looked into it. I don't have that kind of money. And the ISS is a Lego. Okay, yes. All right. That's the same one I have. And you can do direct flights also on there too. I love Disturbed. Yes, they are a really good group. Well, it looks like I'm not going to be able to catch up on comments. I'm flipping here, and it looks like we got a long way to go. And we're done with the building for the night. This is what we're going to do here. Bags 1 through 6 tomorrow. I'm thinking it's probably gonna be about the same time, early afternoon or late afternoon, excuse me. Greg, thank you for being here. I always appreciate you being here. And you guys, you have a great night. I enjoyed my time with you guys. Hope you've enjoyed it too. Hit that like button if you would, and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all that. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow when we do some more of this build right here. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.